Hi everyone and welcome back. This is Dawn. I'm back with another video for the classes I'm taking at the Altenew Academy. I need to take a series of classes to get certified as a teacher, and I have been documenting my journey along the way. Today's class is called For the Guys. I had to make a card that was for a guy, so I decided to make a card for my nephew. So let's get started. Today I'm using the Altenew Congrats stamp set. It has these really cute stick figures. It comes with different hair, eyes, different mouths. You can make the arms go up or down. It's a really cute stamp set. I thought it would be good for a graduation card. It's not a typical grad card, but I thought it fit my nephew's personality. First, I'm going to place the different body shapes onto a piece of Nina Classic Crest 110 pound cardstock. Then I'm going to stamp them using the Altenew Jet Black Ink. I double stamp them just to give them a crisper outline. I stamped 2 sets of them because I wanted the card to look like a little dance party on the front of the card. Next, I'm going to be putting the arms on the little guys. I wanted to have some with their arms up, some so it looks like they're dancing and waving. I use the Altenew Jet Black Ink again, and I continue to stamp until all of my arms are done. I like to use the Misti stamping tool when I have to stamp multiple images. I can leave the arms where they are and just put the next set of these little guys and keep stamping. Once I'm done with stamping all the bodies, I decided to use an acrylic block for this next step. I thought it was easier than using my Misti since the stamps are so small. You'll see how quick and easy you can stamp with the acrylic block. I gave them some hair already. I also stamped the base of the body. I'm able to make some of the figures shorter, some taller, depending on where I put the base. I didn't want them all the same height, so I just will cut off any excess of the body that I don't need. The stamp set only comes with 1 set of eyes, so they all have the same eyes. But they have really cute mouth expressions. Some have an open mouth, some I gave a simple smile to, and some have a big open mouth smile. I just think it adds character to the figures with the different facial expressions, and I just think that they're so cute. I'm going to color the figures now. I'll be using the Altenew Artist Marker Set A and 2 of my Copic markers. I will list all the colors on the screen that I used, and I will put them in the description below. For 2 of the markers, I put the description in the middle of the screen, and I deleted the original video so I couldn't fix it. So I'm really sorry that the words will be across the screen. I'm going to play some music now. Be back in a few. When I'm all done with the coloring, I then fussy cut the figures out. They're pretty simple to cut around. I started using my Holtz scissors, but then switched over to my Fiskar scissors. They have a spring mechanism that makes it easier on your hand when you're doing a lot of cutting. Then I used the Altenew Black Artist Marker to color all around the edges of all the figures. This gives them a more finished look. It blends in with the black outline of the stamp of the body, so you can't tell you colored the sides in. Now I will put my ink blending skills to work that I learned in the last class I took. I use a piece of Nina Classic Crest 110 pound cardstock and my Altenew Sunray Ink to make a blended background to put the figures on. I start by rubbing the ink onto my Holtz glass media mat. This helps to prevent harsh dark spots from forming on the paper. I use a blending brush rather than a blending tool. I just like how it comes out better. I wanted it to look a little splotchy. I wasn't going for a solid look, and I think it gives it a softer look as well. Next, I cut the paper to 3 inches by 5.5 inches. I cut a little off the top and a little off the bottom because I like the center of the paper better. Then I cut a 1/4 inch strip of this really cool holographic paper I got at Simon Says Stamp. Okay, it's time to assemble the card. I adhere a piece of craft foam to the back of the blended panel that I cut to a little less than 3 inches by 5.5 inches. Then I adhere the blended panel onto the front of a piece of white Neenah Classic Crest 110-pound cardstock that I folded to 5.5 by 4.25 inches. I glue the holographic strip along the edge of the blended panel. I think it adds a little bit of sparkle to the card. The piece is a little long, but it's okay. I just cut the excess off of the card. Time to stamp the sentiment onto the card. I decided to heat emboss the hooray onto the card. First, you have to rub the embossing powder bag onto the card so the embossing powder only goes where you want it to. Then I stamp it with the Altenew Obsidian Black Ink. Using the Ranger clear embossing powder, I cover the sentiment and shake the excess back into the container. When my heat tool is good and hot, I emboss the sentiment, making sure to keep moving it all around and not stay in one spot. I decided to stamp a sentiment on the inside of the card. Using Jet Black Ink, I stamped "Let's Celebrate, You Did It." I stamped them on an angle because I wanted to be more playful rather than just stamp the traditional way. Okay, almost done. This is my favorite part. I arranged the stick figures on the card to make them look like they're all dancing and arms interlocking and just having fun. Once I have them where I want them to go, I glue them onto the card using my art glitter glue. I always like to add some kind of sparkle to my card. I had these silver star embellishments that I thought would be great for the card. If you don't have star embellishments, you can make your own little stars if you have a small star die. I just happen to have these, so I thought I would use them. I used my jewel picker to help me pick them up so I could adhere them to the card. It makes it much easier to pick up small objects with. I decided to give it a little more sparkle since it is such a fun card. I added some clear Wink of Stella to all of the little guys so they could sparkle. You can't really see the shine in the video, but it really does add a lot of sparkle to the card. That completes my card for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. Thank you and have a wonderful day.